The planet Earth is a beautiful place, but not every corner of it is meant for us. Some places are so deadly, so unforgiving, they almost feel like nature's way of saying, stay away. From scorching deserts to islands teeming with danger, these are spots that could easily turn a dream trip into your worst nightmare. In today's video, we're uncovering the 15 deadliest places on Earth, the ones you'll definitely want to avoid. Ready to find out where not to book your next vacation? Let's dive in. Number 15. Naples, Italy. Naples, famous for its breathtaking architecture and unbeatable pizza, has a darker side lurking beneath its charm. This vibrant city sits atop Campi Flegrei, a massive supervolcano that scientists warn could unleash catastrophic destruction. Unlike Mount Vesuvius, which wiped out Pompeii, Campi Flegrei doesn't just threaten a town, it could devastate millions of lives across the region. The supervolcano's caldera shows signs of activity, with ground swelling and increased seismic activity reported as recently as 2023. Locals live with the uneasy reality that an eruption could strike without much warning. Yet, life here continues with a mix of resilience and nonchalance typical of the Italian spirit. For visitors, Naples offers unparalleled beauty and culture, but it's also a sobering reminder of nature's power. While most tourists never give the volcano a second thought, it looms silently beneath their feet, a ticking time bomb that could change history in an instant. Number 14. Milisu Kyrgyzstan. Milisu isn't just another mining town, it's a radioactive relic of the Soviet Union's nuclear ambitions. Hidden in the southern mountains of Kyrgyzstan, this small town processed 10,000 tons of uranium during the Cold War, leaving behind an invisible but deadly legacy. Today, the 23,000 residents live in the shadow of radioactive contamination that has seeped into the land, water, and air. Frequent earthquakes and landslides exacerbate the risks as they can unearth buried radioactive waste and spread contamination. In 2024, a minor quake caused a breach in a waste containment site, sparking fears of widespread exposure. Residents face increased risks of cancer and developmental issues, with little government support for relocation or cleanup. Milisu is a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for both technological progress and environmental recklessness. While it might never make a travel brochure, its story serves as a cautionary tale for the cost of unchecked ambition. Number 13. Dal Ethiopia. Dal Ethiopia isn't just hot, it's a furnace turned up to the max. With average annual temperatures of 34.6 degrees Celsius, this remote town in the Dal Depression is one of the hottest inhabited places on Earth. But it's not just the heat that makes Dal a danger zone. Toxic gases spew from geysers, underground water is undrinkable, and the landscape is otherworldly in its hostility. Known as a ghost town, Dal's isolation only adds to its eerie charm. Its harsh environment once supported small mining communities, but the extreme conditions eventually drove them away. In 2023, scientists studying the area's unique geology reported challenges due to the acidic pools and choking fumes that make even brief stays hazardous. For the rare adventurers who make it to Dal, it's less about sightseeing and more about surviving. The barren, alien-like terrain offers a beauty that's both fascinating and forbidding, a place where life clings by the thinnest of threads. Number 12. Bermuda Triangle, North Atlantic. The Bermuda Triangle has captivated imaginations for decades. Roughly marked by Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda, this stretch of the Atlantic Ocean has earned its reputation as a place of unexplained disappearances. Planes vanish, ships are never seen again, and theories abound, from magnetic anomalies to alien abductions. While many incidents have been explained by storms or human error, others remain shrouded in mystery. For example, In 2022, a private yacht vanished without a trace, reigniting speculation about the triangle's strange powers. Despite modern navigation and technology, the area still holds an air of unease for sailors and pilots alike. For thrill seekers, the Bermuda Triangle represents the ultimate adventure. But it's not for the faint-hearted, or those who like guaranteed round trips. Whether you believe in the legends or dismiss them as overblown myths, one thing is clear. The Bermuda Triangle continues to keep its secrets close, daring us to uncover them. Number 11. Death Valley, California. Death Valley isn't just a name, it's a warning. Spanning parts of California and Nevada, this desolate expanse is one of the hottest places on Earth. Temperatures in the summer regularly hit 56.7 degrees Celsius, baking the landscape and anyone unprepared for the extremes. It's not just the heat that's deadly. Sudden flash floods caused by storms in the surrounding mountains have claimed lives, as has the bitter cold of winter nights. In 2023, a group of tourists underestimated the valley's harshness and became stranded without enough water, leading to a rescue operation that barely arrived in time. Yet, Death Valley remains a draw for adventurers and photographers eager to capture its stark beauty. From the rolling sand dunes to the salt flats of Badwater Basin, it's a place of extremes. But if you visit, take the name seriously. Death Valley doesn't just test your endurance, it demands your respect. Number 10. Fraser Island, Australia. Fraser Island is a stunning paradise with a deadly twist. Known for its pristine white beaches and crystal-clear waters, this remote Australian island also happens to be home to a host of dangerous creatures. Poisonous spiders, wild dingoes, venomous jellyfish, and lurking sharks make this a nature lover's gauntlet. In 2023, a tourist narrowly escaped a dingo attack while camping, sparking renewed warnings about keeping food secured and avoiding close encounters with wildlife. The waters aren't much safer, with stingers and sharks patrolling the surf. Even walking barefoot can be risky. Some of the island's spiders have bites that pack a nasty punch. Despite its dangers, Fraser Island remains a bucket list destination for thrill seekers. The untouched beauty of the beaches, combined with the island's rugged wilderness, is a siren call for adventurers. But here, paradise comes with a catch. Respect the wildlife, or risk becoming part of its food chain. Number 9. Bikini Atoll, the Marshall Islands. Bikini Atoll is the definition of deceptive. From a distance, it looks like paradise. Pristine beaches, crystal-clear waters, and swaying palms. But step closer, and you'll find the haunting aftermath of humanity's experiments. Between 1946 and 1958, this idyllic island was ground zero for nuclear testing, and the fallout turned it into a radioactive ghost town. The locals were forced to flee, and even decades later, radiation levels remained dangerously high. In 2024, researchers confirmed that the ecosystem is still heavily contaminated, with marine life showing elevated levels of radioactive isotopes. Divers are drawn to the eerie beauty of the underwater shipwrecks, but it's not exactly the safest swim. Bikini Atoll is a sobering reminder of the long-term consequences of our actions. It's stunning in its own right, but its story is one of displacement and destruction. This isn't a paradise to visit, it's a lesson to remember. Number 8. Elephant Kingdom, Chonburi, Thailand. If you've ever thought, feeding crocodiles sounds like a fun vacation activity, then the Elephant Kingdom in Thailand has you covered. Here, you can climb onto a shaky wooden raft, dangle meat on a fishing rod, and watch as the crocs leap out of the water, jaws snapping. It's thrilling, sure, but also borderline terrifying. The setup is, let's call it minimalist. The raft is made of wooden planks balanced on barrels, surrounded by a loose net. In 2022, a group of tourists nearly ended up as dinner when a particularly ambitious crocodile lunged too close, shaking the entire raft. It's not for the faint of heart, or anyone with a shred of common sense. Feeding these prehistoric predators might make for a great story, but one wrong move and you'll become the main course. This isn't wildlife appreciation. It's flirting with danger, and the crocodiles always play to win. Number 7. Afar Depression, Ethiopia. The Afar Depression isn't just a place, it's a living, breathing geological spectacle. Home to Atoll, one of the few volcanoes in the world with a permanent lava lake, this region is constantly on the move. Literally. Earthquakes, shifting lava levels, and gaping fissures make it one of the most unstable places on Earth. In 2023, a team of researchers had to evacuate when sudden tremors opened new cracks in the ground. It's not just the land that's volatile. The air is thick with the smell of sulfur, and temperatures regularly flirt with 110 degrees Celsius. Despite the risks, the Afar Depression draws geologists and adventurers eager to witness its raw, untamed beauty. But this is no casual hike. Here, the Earth's power is on full display, and it doesn't come with a safety net. One wrong single move, and you'll find yourself part of the ever-changing landscape. Number 6. Table Mountain, South Africa. Table Mountain is Cape Town's crown jewel, with panoramic views that seem to stretch forever. Whether you take the cable car or brave the hike, it's easy to see why it's such a popular destination. But this flat-topped beauty has a dangerous side. Steep cliffs, sudden weather changes, and poorly marked trails have made it one of South Africa's most hazardous hikes. In 2023, a tourist lost their footing while taking a selfie near a cliff edge, a grim reminder that the mountain demands respect. On average, around 15 people lose their lives here each year, mostly due to falls and underestimating the challenging terrain. Despite its risks, Table Mountain remains a must-see. Just stick to the marked paths, carry enough water, and don't underestimate the weather. The views are worth it, but the mountain doesn't take kindly to carelessness. Play it safe, and you'll leave with memories, not regrets. All right, now let's talk about Number 5. Yosemite National Park, United States. Yosemite National Park is nature's masterpiece. Towering cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and lush valleys make it a dream destination. But behind its beauty lies a treacherous side. Each year, around 11 visitors lose their lives here, often due to falls from iconic landmarks like El Capitan or Half Dome. In 2022, a climber's attempt to scale El Capitan ended in tragedy, highlighting the dangers even experienced adventurers face. Wildlife encounters, while rare, can also turn deadly, especially if visitors ignore warnings and approach bears or other animals. Despite the risks, Yosemite continues to captivate millions. The key to enjoying it? Preparation. Whether you're hiking the Mist Trail or simply marveling at Yosemite Falls, respect the park's wild nature. It's stunning, but it's not tame. Yosemite isn't here to bend to your plans. It's here to remind you just how small we all are in the face of nature's grandeur. Number 4. Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Mount Kilimanjaro is Africa's crown jewel, a towering volcanic giant standing at 19,341 feet. Its snow-capped summit above the African savanna is a bucket list dream for adventurers. But this iconic climb is no walk in the park. The real danger here isn't the steep trails, it's altitude sickness. Every year, climbers underestimate how quickly it can hit, with symptoms ranging from headaches to life-threatening pulmonary edema. In 2023, rescue teams reported a spike in incidents involving poorly acclimated tourists, some of whom had to be evacuated before reaching the summit. Add the risk of slips and falls on icy paths, and it's clear why Kilimanjaro isn't for the unprepared. But for those who train and take the challenge seriously, the view from Uhuru Peak is worth every grueling step. Just remember, this isn't about racing to the top. It's about respecting the mountain and your limits. Kilimanjaro doesn't forgive arrogance, but it rewards patience. Number 3. Mount Everest, China and Nepal. Mount Everest is a dream for climbers and a nightmare for many. Towering at 29,032 feet, it's the tallest mountain in the world and one of the most unforgiving. Temperatures can drop to 40°F, oxygen levels plummet in the death zone, and sudden storms can trap climbers for days. But the biggest challenge in recent years? Overcrowding. In 2024, photos of climbers stuck in a traffic jam near the summit made headlines. Waiting in freezing winds at extreme altitudes led to tragic fatalities, as oxygen tanks ran out before climbers could descend. Even with modern gear and guides, Everest demands respect. About 800 people attempt the climb each year, and with an average of 8 deaths annually, that's a chilling 10% fatality rate. Everest is a reminder that the ultimate achievement comes with the ultimate risks. The mountain doesn't just test your endurance, it tests your will to survive. Number 2. Freetown Fall River State Forest, United States. Freetown Fall River State Forest in Massachusetts is the stuff of legends and nightmares. Locals call it the heart of the Bridgewater Triangle, an area infamous for paranormal activity, UFO sightings, and eerie folklore. But this forest isn't just spooky. It's steeped in tragedy and mystery. Over the years, the forest has been linked to unsolved murders, including the discovery of mutilated bodies. Tales of a satanic cult performing rituals have only added to its sinister reputation. Some believe the land is cursed, tied to the mistreatment of Native Americans during colonization. The result? A thick, oppressive energy that visitors often describe as unsettling. But Freetown isn't all gloom. By day, it's a lush, peaceful woodland, offering hiking trails and scenic views. Still, the forest's darker history lingers. Whether you're there for nature or curiosity, be prepared. Freetown Fall River doesn't shy away from reminding you of its eerie past. Number 1. Mount Fuji, Japan. Mount Fuji, Japan's most iconic volcano, is a symbol of beauty and strength. Its symmetrical peak attracts thousands of climbers annually, but don't let its serene appearance fool you. Fuji has a darker side. The risks range from falling rocks to hypothermia, especially during winter climbs when conditions turn brutal. In 2023, a climber's misstep in icy conditions led to a fatal fall, highlighting the dangers of underestimating this 12,388-foot peak. While summer hikes are relatively safe, winter is a different story altogether. Unprepared climbers face biting winds, slippery trails, and temperatures that can drop well below freezing. Despite the risks, Mount Fuji remains a beloved destination, offering panoramic views that stretch to Tokyo on clear days. The climb may be challenging, but for those who respect the mountain's power and prepare properly, it's a journey that leaves a mark, not scars. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon in the next one.